Brad Pitt has been ordered by a court to disclose documents that Angelina Jolie alleges will prove his domestic violence towards her and their children. As you may know, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie have been tied up in an ongoing litigation since February of 2022 over their previously jointly held winery called Chateau Miraval. This is the site of where they were married. Brad Pitt does own a winery business, and Angelina Jolie, according to Brad Pitt's complaint, he alleges that she impermissibly sold shares of the winery to a third party without giving him the right to first purchase from her. Angelina Jolie, of course, disputes that, and there's been a lot of back and forth between these two parties throughout the last couple of years. So just on Monday, the court has entered an order that does require Pitt to disclose documents that Angelina Jolie is saying will prove domestic violence towards her and the party's children. So this is some big news in this case, which has been going on for 2.5 years, since February of 2022. And here on this channel, we actually did do a deep dive into the complaint that Angelina Jolie received that was filed by Brad Pitt in 2022. And we walked through all of the details of the complaint. We walked through all of the allegations and the claims that he made. Angelina Jolie also filed a response to that as well. So this has been an ongoing battle. I want to talk to you briefly about some of the things that have been in the media this past week, therefore, in regards to this ongoing story. It's been reported by Us Weekly. It has been reported by MSN. It's been reported by Yahoo News. This has been all over the internet, friends. So I'm sure you've probably seen this, but since I did cover this back in 2022, I did want to, of course, go ahead and update you on the recent things that are going on in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and speak with you now about some of the things that Angelina Jolie's attorneys have been saying. And they're saying that Angelina Jolie never wanted any of this. She didn't bring the initial lawsuit against Brad. He filed against her. They're saying that she just wants peace within the family, and she feels that she would like Brad Pitt to stop to discontinue this lawsuit so that there can be family harmony, because these two parents share I believe 6 children together, and these children are certainly of the age to be able to notice and understand the controversy that is ensuing between their mom and dad. So let's go ahead and pull this, read this here together. One of the reports that just came out was from Us Weekly, and Us Weekly has reported that Angelina Jolie and her lawyers, they do feel gratified by the new ruling in Brad Pitt's court case against her regarding their winery, Chateau Miraval. The article reports that Jolie has taken a major step forward in her ongoing battle with Pitt over the French winery Chateau Miraval. So a judge tentatively ruled on Monday, November 25, that Pitt must turn over documents and communications that Jolie claims will prove that he covered up alleged domestic violence against her and their children. This is a big news story because this has been ongoing allegations, and it's very important to note that these at this time are just allegations. We don't want to make firm judgments about what did or did not transpire between Pitt and Jolie. That is one of the reasons why Jolie is asking the court to require Pitt to disclose certain evidence that she claims will prove that he was domestically abusive towards herself and their children. But at this time, it's very important that we denote that these are just allegations, and we don't want to draw any conclusions before the court has the opportunity to evaluate these proofs and make its own determination. So the Us Weekly article goes on to report that Jolie and Pitt have been in they have been in a long legal battle since February of 2022. The Los Angeles Superior Court judge is named Leah Martin. She issued her tentative ruling on Monday, November 25, after Jolie's legal team argued that Pitt's documents would prove her allegation that he tried to make her sign a non-disclosure agreement that would have prevented her from speaking out about the alleged abuse so that she could sell her half of their winery to Pitt. So that's very interesting. So a source close to Pitt exclusively told us us, meaning Us Weekly, on Tuesday, that the ruling is mostly irrelevant because he has provided so much information already. So essentially, Angelina Jolie has expressed through her attorneys that and issued a statement saying that, we are gratified that the court ruled in Angelina's favor. Her attorney, Paul Murphy, exclusively told Us Weekly in a statement on Tuesday, November 26th, quote, after Mr. Pitt fought for years to hide this crucial evidence, he must now produce documents and communications concerning abuse, lies to authorities, and years of cover-up. His actions harmed Angelina and their children and are central to this case, end quote. So that was a quote from Paul Murphy, Angelina Jolie's attorney. Paul Murphy notes that his client, Angelina Jolie, only wants what's best for her and their family. So they divorced back in 2016 and they share 6 children. Paul Murphy says, I want to again emphasize that Angelina never wanted any of this. She never pressed charges. She let all their property, she left all their properties, and she is the one who tried to sell Pitt the business in the first place, the attorney continued. To this day, Mr. Pitt has never been held accountable for his actions and has at all times controlled Miraval and the winery, yet he still demands more, end quote. So that's a statement continuing from Jolie's attorney. The statement concluded, she wants this to end. The children want this to end, and Mr. Pitt should focus on healing their family, not pursuing lawsuits. If he does not, Angelina will defend herself in court by presenting the evidence necessary to demonstrate that Pitt's allegations are demonstrably false, end quote. A source close to Pitt, again, told Us Weekly on Tuesday that the ruling is mostly irrelevant because he has provided so much information already. Now, the Superior Court judge in Los Angeles, Leah Martin, issued her tentative ruling, and Jolie's legal team has argued that Pitt's documents would prove her claims that he tried to make her sign a non-disclosure agreement that would have prevented her from speaking out about the alleged abuse so she could sell her half of their winery to Pitt. Because Jolie, according to her claims in this lawsuit, she wanted to sell her claims to Brad Pitt. She says that she made many efforts to reach out to him and to write to him and to try to resolve the sale of her share of the winery with Pitt. And then Brad Pitt alleges, no, she went ahead and without my authorization, she sold to a third party. Believe it was a foreign oligarchy. She went ahead and sold to this other party. And I had a right to be the first person to receive an offer from Angelina Jolie. I had a right to purchase these shares myself, Brad Pitt claims, so that I wouldn't be forced to be in business with an unknown third party who's not going to have the same vested interest in this brand. Brad Pitt alleged in his complaint back in February 2022 that he had poured a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into building this wine brand. and that this has personal meaning. This Chateau Miraval has personal meaning to him. The family shared one of their homes there at Chateau Miraval, and they were also married there on the grounds of this winery. So it is a very interesting suit. It involves a lot of twists and turns and issues. So back to what Us Weekly has reported. They have reported that Jolie and Pitt have been in a legal battle since February of 2022. And once again, go ahead and click on the video link that is in our description down below on this live stream, because we actually on this channel back in 2022 did a deep dive. We did a very deep dive of the complaint that Brad Pitt filed against Angelina Jolie regarding the sale of her share of the party's winery, Chateau Miraval. We actually walked through all of the details of the complaint. I showed the complaint on the screen. We talked about all of Brad Pitt's allegations and claims, and what this could potentially mean moving forward. So it is so interesting 2.5 years later to see that this litigation is still ongoing and to see kind of where we're at right now with it. So